Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Goshen City FC broadcast today as we are able to witness Goshen City FC 4-1-0 taking on Tulip City United 2-1-1 in the Midwest Premier League. And already under action here today as both sides getting underway. Opportunity here for Tulip City, who are playing in white. Goshen City FC attacking to your right in black. Goshen City FC in possession here as they break forward. Nice switch of play there coming from Hayden Clark. Shooting opportunity for Goshen City FC, but well dealt with there by Cooper Hutt. Goshen back on the ball, and that one played in behind. I think all the Goshen City FC attackers able to acknowledge maybe their inability to beat Cooper to that one. And then the attempted long ball coming from Owen Keithel. Bondi, his throw intercepted, a bit cagey. You can tell this is going to be a physical matchup here. Both teams with winning records in the Midwest Premier League here. And now on the ball is Goshen City FC captain Flavio Cruz. Breaking into the edge of the box. That one cut back. Opportunity for Goshen. And that one sent over the fence and into the yard of some neighbors. We are playing at the Goshen High School soccer complex as opposed to maybe the typical Goshen College soccer complex that you may be used to. And if you're hearing a little extra noise, there is some drum action, some bells out there as well. So the Goshen City FC faithful making sure that they're heard not only in voice but also with instruments here today as well. Great line cutting pass there, but not going to be enough to beat this Goshen City FC press. And taken down there a bit brutally. Goshen City FC going to win themselves a set piece here. And this one, interesting distance. You would imagine Goshen will go for the pass, but you never really know. It will be Cruz over this one. His ball looping into the box, headed away, and finally the clearance does come from the Tulips. And now all the way back as Stephen Bondi will reset this one to Ben Ken. As we know, Ben Ken, so comfortable on the ball, always eager to play his part in possession as much as he also plays his part out of possession. Actually, offside flag coming up here. And so it's going to be a Tulip City United set piece here. Well within their own half. Gavin Hardy looking like the likely player to take, and he will. And here he comes. Long ball up the pitch, and it'll be right back the way of Goshen as that one doesn't quite stay inbounds. Out for a throw in now. Nicely touched down there by Roberto Sanchez. Now with Flavio Cruz. Saldivar, and over on the near side towards Hayden Clark. He can't quite get that one under control. And now breaking opportunity for John Hogston. Goshen, again, such a hard-working team. Always very quick when out of possession. Really, first few seconds, they're always pressing. Don't really give you any breathing room. Good defensive work by Goshen, but again, just a very cagey match right now. And this is an opportunity for Goshen quickly. That opportunity does turn to nothing. Miguel Lorenko. His long ball up the pitch. Sanchez does well. Saldivar. And good composure there from Fabian Velasquez. Stephen Bondi. Interesting little audacious chip touch there coming in from Hayden Clark. And there is the line cutting pass. Really neither team willing to allow the other to occupy possession. I mean, this is what you would normally come to expect from the top sides, and I think it's kind of the same sentiment that we're seeing here today, as both teams not allowing the opposition much time. And you can really even see, if you look, even just from the left to right side, both teams always compressing, condensing down onto one half of the pitch. Opportunity for Tulip City before a quick clearance from the Goshen City FC skipper. Great footwork there from Fickle. His cross almost dealt with, but the strike coming no good. And even bit of contention here coming in from Angie Jackus. Jackus very upset, and almost surprising here that we're not going to see a card come out from that moment of anger. But here it is, the Goshen City FC goal kick. Flavio Cruz. Now back to Lorenko. Briogan. And back again. This could be dangerous now. Here come Tulip City. A quick pass across the edge of the box, and presumably we'll see the strike off the left foot of the Tulip City attacker, although really not testing anyone at all there. Thought for a second it may go out of play for another Goshen City FC goal kick, but didn't even have the strength mustered up to make it to that end line. Goshen here on the turn. And Ciso. The switch ball onto the near side towards Hayden Clark. But again, Tulip City back under play. A little cheeky play there from Johnny Strickler, who allowed the ball to play on, but looks like it wasn't quite read right. I'd have to say a lot of energy in this matchup. Both teams with an immense amount of energy. Not too hot here today, thankfully, for the players. We won't be doing any hydration breaks like the World Cup if you've been watching. Don't worry, no ad break here. We'll keep it rolling. We'll keep it live. And Goshen fortunate here to have a nice ball back to Ben Ken. And a bit of trouble, a bit of issues here in the early goings, the opening 18 minutes of today's match, that Goshen not able to really play how we know they love to play. Julian Saldivar with a nice little bit of footwork there. And you just see this press. Even the center backs for Goshen City FC immediately feeling the heat. There's a switch play onto the far side for Goshen City FC. Chasing after it is Enciso. Enciso all the way in the corner now. And he will win Goshen City FC their first corner kick of the day. And it will be Stephen Bondi to take this one. Bondi tying his shoes, so plenty of time to prepare. And here they come. Pressure building. That one sent towards the near post, just touched down, and amazingly, it does find its way back to Bondi. Bondi on the second try. That one sent in nicely, but no problem there for Cooper Hutt, who claims that one and will absolutely launch a ball up for a Goshen City FC a Tulip City United counterattack. But I believe the offside flag did come up in the end. It was Johnny Strickler again. Lorenko over to Velasquez. Now Hayden Clark, Stephen Bondi. And finally the ball rolls out of play for a Tulip City throw-in. Goshen on the ball. Hayden Clark played here and can't quite get a hold of that. He will actually commit a foul, so Tulip City take this one. Happy to kind of press their back line up. And again, it's a difficult one here because both teams very eager to play a high line, and this is where you may well see how this game is going to shift in the second half. The big advantage for Goshen City FC will be their bench. Tulip City with just 5 players to bring in off the bench, where Goshen City is close to 10 players, 10 options to bring in off of the bench. So both teams will have to keep mind of their options with substitutions. And another foul here from Goshen. And still some problems here as Keegan Troop is having some words. It looks like Tulip City have decided that they actually are going to send a few extra bodies forward and will try and make the most of this opportunity. As we know, set piece is becoming a more and more, or seemingly a more and more important part of the beautiful game. That one won't beat the first man, and back out and away as Evan Morris collects. Then over to John Hogston. Sanchez near it, but can't receive. Stephen Bondi wins his 50. Good play from Bondi there. And now Julian Saldivar. Great little pass there onto the far side. And Ciso does well. Saldivar surrounded by a sea of white shirts. Maybe doesn't have the support that he's typically so used to. Goshen City FC still playing an aggressive style here as Lorenko. He's got a 1v1 race here. That one cut back, but will be cleared away just in time by Velasquez. Now Sanchez on the turn. Cruz. Saldivar. And now again, and Ciso. And Ciso can't beat his man. Tulip City. Really the explosive speed that every player is using right now to try and even find a little gap between opposition midfielders, opposition defenders. Really not allowing any gaps. You can see that this is going to be a closely contested match here. Should also mention it's a bit windy here at the Goshen High School Soccer Complex, so that may too be something to consider. Here come Tulip City. Absolutely no problem there from Flavio Cruz. Evan Sanders. Tulip City cross into the middle as Bondi touches that one down. Then over to the near side. Great touch there coming in from Hayden Clark, but doesn't last long, although then again out for a throw-in. So both teams really still having problems with the possession, and a quadruple substitution here for Goshen City FC as Roberto Sanchez will make way. Alongside him, it's going to be Hayden Clark, Stephen Bondi.
For Goshen City FC, moving the pitch are number 2, Stephen Bondi, number 13, Tito Sanchez, and number 16, Hayden Clark.
Looks like Simonez coming in here. So too coming in will be Diogo Gomez. Diogo Gomez looking to find the feet of Saldivar. Cannot do so. Interesting to see how Goshen City FC is setting up here, because, you know, we're typically used to seeing them running more of a three at the back formation, and I think that there still is some truth to that even now, but really also seeing them play more of a 4-back than maybe we're typically used to. I think that's kind of the strength of this Goshen City FC side with so many versatile players. You look at Eli Simonez, who's just come in playing off the left now, who virtually can play anywhere. I guess on the width of the pitch, you think of him as maybe a full-back on the left or the right, or off the wing on the left or the right, but maybe less so on the middle. Not to doubt his capabilities through the middle, but a little bit harder to make use of his speed centrally. There's Josh Cruz. Saldivar going to ground there, and does seem like he will be okay, not in too much pain. Saldivar back for Ben Ken. He looks up to Simonez. Lorenko. Joshua Cruz. This is Joshua Cruz, younger brother of Captain Flavio Cruz. So now two Cruzes on the pitch. Although in saying that, apologies, I actually believe that we lost to Cruz and we gained to Cruz. crunching tackle there. Lorenko looks like he's in some pain, but he will get back up. Excuse me, Velasquez. And now a free kick. This is a dangerous area for a free kick. We'll see what Tulip City can make of this. It will be Fickle to take. And this is about as sweet of a position as you could ask for. I mean, maybe you'd want it a little bit more central for a shooting angle, but still can make something of it. Do you try and sneak it in at the near post? Goshen building up a little wall here to try and stop Tulip City, although Tulip City also with the opportunity to cross. Will it be a cross? Yes, it will. That one sent in dangerously across the box, and it's 1-0 for Tulip City. They get on the score sheet first, coming from the set piece. We mentioned it just a moment ago, how important those set pieces have come to be in the beautiful game, and it will be number 2, Gavin Hardy, who gets on the score sheet for Tulip City in the early goings of this first half. And so now Goshen City trailing will have a bit more to do here. A mountain to climb, if you will. Not too big of a mountain, maybe a hill to overcome, but of course they won't be looking to have conceded. Here comes Simonez. That one sent in nicely, touched away. Could there be an opportunity off that? No, but here's Trope. Gomez. Velasquez over. Then to Lorenko. Saldivar, and that one just misread. Another opportunity again for Tulip City United. A tackle coming in a little bit late, but referee will play on here. Up and away. That was a fantastic tackle coming in from Jackus. He plays that one forward, and offside flag does come up here, coming to Strickler. Strickler, who quite clearly knew he was offside, so he was waiting, delaying touching the ball as long as possible. But then eventually he tested his luck, but he was indeed offside. Velasquez. Long ball. Again, Tulip City adding on extra pressure after claiming the lead. And right there, I think, is a fairly decent example of the wind here today. Maybe even you can see it in the, not the goal net, but the little net that they have behind the goal here at the Goshen High School Soccer Complex, with just how much wind there is. And maybe that's something to test for the players out there. Can they try and catch out their opposition goalkeepers? I think both for Benken and Cooper Hutt will be finding some problem with maybe some opportunities you wouldn't typically expect them to get on the score sheet with. Here comes this set piece. That one really something else from the Tulip City defender as he sends that one low and out. Talk about beating the first man. You got to beat the first post. Velasquez. Joshua Cruz. Switching the play and Ciso plays it even further down the line. This one low, driven into the box, but cannot keep it alive. Velasquez heads that one down. Almost touches it down with his head there. Not sure how intentional that little touch was, but it certainly worked out. There's a through pass from Velasquez, and I think you can see Saldivar. He puts his arms up there, kind of motioning to just remember, you've got time on the ball. We don't need to rush anything. important to still keep the composure. Of course, you do have to have the intensity, and you can't wait too long. But so too is it also true that, you know, there's plenty of time left to play yet in today's match. Here comes Goshen on the break, and Ciso, he gets taken down. Referee motions for a corner. Great tackle there, is would have thought. And now it looks like the Tulip City United defenders a little bit confused there. They were thinking it was going to be a goal kick, but referee did not see it the same way. Brejon on the corner. That one sent low towards the near post. Troop chasing, but will not go his way. Saldivar, the defensive cover, back for Ben Ken. Ben Ken's pass out from the back, maybe not exactly what you're hoping for. Velasquez does get taken out there, and again, great hustle from the Tulip City press. I mean, they're doing so well to really put the pressure not only on the Goshen City FC midfield and forwards, but even the defenders really cannot spare a moment on the ball. Incredibly scrappy and already quite a physical matchup between these two sides. Here come the Tulips, and there is a foul, as it is Fickle who gets taken down. Goshen needing a bit more maybe of that midfield presence. You can see how condensed Tulip City are through the middle, and I think Goshen City FC, their strength comes in the width, and I think normally they just are able to kind of overcome midfield time after time, but I think just because of how dense, how compact this Tulip City midfield is, that they're really struggling, as a lot of times their players, you know, it's one thing, you know, to occasionally take on a 2v1 and test your luck, try and get that advantage for the team, but right now it's getting to the point where, I mean, just about every time they touch the ball through the center, Goshen City FC is having to come up with a 2v1 situation. And now double substitution here for Tulip City. And so Ruben Boss and Ethan DeWitt will be coming in for Tulip City. DeWitt taking the throw in, and Simonez winning that back for Goshen. Yeah, and you'd have to say that really, you know, we've been talking about how the physicality, is contributing to the overall play of this match so far, and unfortunately for Goshen City FC fans, that it has been Tulip City who've been winning that battle. But here comes Enciso on the break. He's got an opportunity. Can he find Cruz in behind? Nice cross into the middle, but will not be good enough. Apologies here for a bit of technical difficulties. Here comes Simonez. Saldivar. Lacking options. I think you can see the frustration from Julian Saldivar, one of those players, important cog of this Goshen City FC team, an engine, if you will. And Ciso gets in behind, gets past his man, but a great recovery tackle there coming in from Evan Sandus. And another, you guessed it, corner for Goshen City FC. Here comes this corner kick. Few interchanging passes before, again, on the break, you can really see it's just a case of putting your head down and driving with the ball whenever Tulip City has the opportunity to. There's the strike from outside the box, and certainly it had the power, and even truthfully, the accuracy was mostly there. It was just a bit too high, wasn't it? Would have been a great field goal if we were over on the American football pitch, just behind the Goshen City FC soccer complex. Gomez. Troop finding difficulties there, and a great tackle there from Gomez. Goshen just, without maybe the organization that you would typically expect, and I think that is in part their own fault, but also partially will be the fault of Tulip City as well, as they do so well to kind of disrupt Goshen City FC's game plan. I've said it once before, but again, they are doing a stellar job on the ball, really causing Goshen City FC problems. I mean, Goshen, one of those teams who always wants to hold possession, get on the ball, and they haven't been able to do so. Certainly not to the extent that they typically would like to so far tonight. And I think in big part that just comes down to also maybe some different faces or different players than what Goshen is typically used to. Another corner kick here for Goshen. Goshen yet to really threaten from a corner, so at some point it is probably worth asking the question if they may well be better off trying something different. It looks like maybe they will try going short, although it will not be this time. It will be Saldivar to take. Can he find one of those tall players off the post? And amazingly, that is kept out. How on earth have Tulip City managed that? That is absolutely incredible work there. Coming in not only from Cooper Hunt, but a combination of Tulip City players who combine brilliantly well to somehow stop the ball from going over the line. Goshen City FC will be quite frustrated, and once again, I believe they call it the commentator's curse. I talk about, well, maybe this is a positive curse for the Goshen City FC fans out there, but you talk about maybe not threatening off of the corners. That was certainly the most threatening corner that they've had. Great little tackle coming in from Simonez, but just can't keep a hold of it. It's the recovery time. You get the tackle, but I mean, I think that's what Tulip City does so well, and ironically, it's something that I was praising Goshen City FC for earlier in the match, was how quick they recover after losing possession. I think the same could be said about Tulip City. They lose the ball, oh, no problem. We'll get it right back. Saldivar looks up, finds Enciso, and Ciso, another opportunity in behind. He uses a shoulder-to-shoulder pass coming there towards Joshua Cruz. He makes the run, but does get cut out. That one, not quite where it needed to be there from Evan Sanders' pass. And Cooper Hutt able to absolutely belt that ball up the pitch. Although I will say from when the ball left his foot to where it ended up, you can see how the wind is contributing to today's match, as that did not have nearly the distance that you would have expected. And some tough contact there on Evan Morris. He's still on a knee here, and he looks to be in quite some pain. Almost looking like it may be a collarbone. He's shaking his head here. That maybe it's actually a good shake of the head. I thought maybe originally that it was that he's not doing well, although then I think maybe it could have been the question, do you need to come off? And he's shaking his head no. He's back up on his feet now. Does seem to still be in some discomfort, but he'll play on. He'll play through it. Looping ball, and finally touched down and controlled here by Tulip City. It's Weagle. Back to Weagle again. He gets it on the half turn. Slide tackle coming in from Velasquez, but again, Goshen City FC just can't seem to get any luck. The second that they win the ball back, it almost always just seems to be going back again to Tulip City. And so you've seen from Goshen that their most threatening attacks do come on the long ball. So you have to give them credit that they're doing well to see that, you know what, they can't play the way that they normally want to. What's the alternative? Let's send the ball up the pitch. And when you've gotten CISO running in behind, that's definitely gonna cause a threat for Tulip City. Now Tulip City, who already scored off a set piece, can they do it once again here with this corner? That one sent way up in the sky before being headed forward for Troop. And the whistle will get blown there for halftime. Goshen City FC, a little bit unfortunate with that one, as it looked like a great counterattacking opportunity. But that's going to do it for this first half of action. Goshen City FC will trail by 1 to Tulip City United as we head into half. Keep it here, as we will be back with some more coverage in about 15 minutes. And here we are, just ahead of the second half of action, and there we go. Getting things underway as Goshen now attacking to your left in the black. My name is Cormac Kuplikti, and of course this is Goshen City FC taking on Tulip City United. If you're just tuning in, Goshen City FC with the 1-0 lead over Tulip City. Excuse me, Tulip City with the 1-0 lead over Goshen City. Apologies. And Goshen coming with some early energy in the second half, but plenty of energy, I suppose, in both halves. Now set piece for Goshen in the early goings of this second half. And it's going to be Stephen Bondi. And again, Goshen will be looking to get on the score sheet early on in this second half. Draw things level, although we're going to retake this one here. Again, a good reminder also that it is quite windy here at the Goshen High School Soccer Complex today. Bondi sends in a brilliant ball into the box and almost beat that ball to the sideline, but it will be a Tulip City throw-in over on the far side. The strike then coming from Velasquez. Kind of side-footed, shanked strike at that. And you will notice that it is Julian Saldivar who's got the captain's armband for this second half. And again, Goshen just a bit unlucky with some of these deflections here, the way that things are working out for them, but I suppose that's part of the game. Saldivar, his ball forward there for Josh Cruz. Cruz, a player who I'd like to see get a little bit more involved with this game, and maybe not even the fault of himself in the fact that he hasn't probably had the possession that he would hope for, but with Goshen just generally struggling to create chances, he has been maybe a little bit unable to get the ball as much as maybe he typically would. Throw in here from Bondi. Bondi again. That one out of play, and throw in here. You guessed it, Bondi to take. Up to Sanchez. And just, I mean, I've been blown away today by Tulip City and their press. It is very, very good. I feel like normally one of the biggest strengths of Goshen City is their press, and today there's no doubt in my mind that Tulip City have been the press kings. They've impressed, if you will. Throw in for Tulip City now. I think for Goshen, one thing that would be worth considering is just seeing how they can slow down the match. I think that, I mean, as much as it is probably to the game plan of Tulip City, I suppose they are also trailing, so that's worth considering as well. But I just feel like Goshen can't really play their style of football right now. And so being able to really just slow down the pace of this match and kind of getting a good 5 or 10 minutes where they can control, they can dominate the ball, would be quite helpful for Goshen City FC, and just kind of having the confidence to play back into this match here as a long ball is sent forward there towards the feet of Clark. Flavio Cruz linking up there with Lorenko. Long ball. Then again for Clark to chase after. And knocked on as it's going to be Boss to chase after. Boss, past one. His cutback, nobody there, and now Goshen with a bit of space to work with here. That ball sent forward towards Josh Cruz, but out back, and now Cooper Hutt. He clears it. Touched on for Josh Cruz again. On the turn. Can he get past his man? Yes, he can, but only just for a moment. And this is what we're seeing. The athleticism. It's a 2v1 frequently here for Goshen. Or I suppose for Tulip City. They're finding themselves in those 2v1 situations. And I think that's not a mistake in the slightest. It's coming from their hard work. Again, winning the ball back. It's John Hogston. Here is the set piece for Tulip City. Brilliant ball in, if we're honest, and it does get cleared away there by Lorenko. Lorenko, who's had some big moments here for Goshen City. And I think the promising thing that Goshen City will be able to tell themselves is, again, not that set pieces aren't valid opportunities, but you would say in open play they probably have had maybe the best opportunities. They've looked the bigger threat. But of course, football is more than just open play. Clearance coming from Flavio Cruz, and actually will be a throw in here. That one taken very quickly before ball sent towards the back post. Great read there from Ben Ken before he'll disperse the ball for a Goshen City FC counterattack. That one up over the top. Joshua Cruz chasing after it. Can he get there? He does get there, but won't be able to make anything of it. Throw in then again for Tulip City. Good turn from Sanchez. Flavio Cruz to Clark. Lorenko. Julian Saldivar. And again, this is where you just see he doesn't maybe have the same passing options that he typically would. And I think that's where he's really maybe getting frustrated in today's game. And that's where Goshen needs to kind of find a solution for this problem. I think they're so focused almost on keeping that width that it's failing them, especially because they're not able to play through it. They're not able to pass through it. And because of the physicality and just how condensed the match is staying, it really does favor this Tulip City side, as they are just so physical. They want to have a cagey match where it's going to come down to, you know, sometimes you're brawling for the ball, really. You're brawling for the ball, and they've done a darn good job of that so far. Nice pass there. And here's a great ball in behind for Dewitt to get onto. He breaks towards the edge of the box. Cuts that one back. Tulip City still attacking here. In on goal. The tackle comes in, but no call there from the referee. So it is going to be play on. Then another ball in towards the back post and just over the bar there from Jackus. Jackus, who has had a few notable opportunities in today's match, but that one probably will sting the most to not be able to really capitalize on it. Flavio Cruz does get caught out. Nice little back heel touch there. And again, the referee saying no foul. Long ball forward here as Josh Cruz is in behind, but maybe not in behind enough. And I think this is where we're seeing the struggles. Goshen is really trying this game plan, and to some extent it's worked a bit with getting players on the ball. We saw it in the first half quite a bit, as it was Enciso who was getting in behind. But realistically, Goshen probably needing to try something different. This is where you look at head coach Tyler Bourne. Will you try something different? Will you, see if you can switch something up to hopefully find some success? Because as it stands, I mean, will Goshen still get some opportunities? Yes, but are they coming at a quick enough rate that they can count on that to, not only overcome the 1-goal deficit, but hopefully get in the lead themselves? That ball sent towards the back post, but Bondi receives after the clearance. Quick touch. Goshen still towards the edge of the box. Back to Bondi. Goshen maybe crossing. Is it the answer? Is it not the answer? You think to some extent it's a powerful way to just test your luck, put the ball in the box and hope that it might fall favorably for you. But equally, it's also true that probably is not the strengths of Goshen. Saldivar. That one way up in the sky. Lourenco can't really make anything of it. And I think playing against the wind now, Goshen, it's going to be difficult with those high looping balls to really generate too much power off of them. Here comes the free kick for Tulip City. You would have to say that there is a notable, a sizable, really, size difference in these two sides. You would have to say Tulip City probably a bit bigger than the Goshen players. And again, that only serves to aid their strategy here of just keeping this, a very, cagey match, putting the ball in the air. They're more than happy to kind of let the ball fly all around. Beautiful little spin there coming in from Jackas. And again, they are playing through this Goshen press so well, are the Tulips. Breaking towards the 18-yard box, and great play there from Velasquez. Bondi again. Goshen making noise, they're letting them know they're here, but may not be enough. Once again, Bondi's so important with the tackles, the recoveries that he's able to provide for Goshen City. Goshen picking this one up, and there it is. It's just the speed at which they recover, and now attacking opportunity the other way for Tulip City. Forward pass cut out. This cross won't really fall the way I think that maybe it was imagined there by Shaban. And again, I think that the reason that Goshen will really maybe be kicking themselves here is just because, you know, you look at Ben Ken and you think today, has he really been tested all too much? I don't know that he has been. I mean, generally speaking, when he's been called upon, he's shown up, and you wouldn't look at him and think that he was at fault for Goshen's goal that they conceded. So, you know, in that way, you think, what can Goshen do to really overcome this? And maybe they need to switch the ball. I mean, Goshen does a good job of getting the ball from back to front with these long balls forward, but can they actually switch the play? That was a great 1-2 exchange, and Cruz offside, although credit there to Cooper Hutt, who was not only willing, he was almost eager to come out of net there and slide in, put his body on the line, although no contact needed. Especially, you'll be thankful in the fact that, you know, it was offside. So here is Cooper Hutt. He sends that one far up the pitch, and actually it does get knocked on into a dangerous area, but nobody in white to really do anything with it. And it is starting to get physical, shoulder to shoulder. Once again, a great ball sent in there. Saldivar. Over the top for Josh Cruz to chase after. He's onside this time in his 1v1. Gets around his man, chasing towards the box. The 2v1 comes in, and it's actually going to be a foul that Cruz commits. And we know Hutt has a powerful kick on him, so he'll make use of it as he sends that one well far up the pitch. Stephen Bundy. Here comes Goshen. Can they make something happen? Can they connect a few passes? And you look right there and you can see the frustration from the Goshen players. Frustration maybe with the lack of cohesion, but with themselves as well. Throw in for Tulip City. Dewitt. Beautiful Travella pass. Not quite received perfectly there by Hogston. And I almost feel like at this point, Goshen, they're playing Tulip City's game. Can they do something that's gonna make them play Goshen City's game? That's my question right now, because we know that they like to switch the ball from side to side, kind of move it around. I mean, I feel like typically Saldivar, that's one of his biggest strengths, is how he facilitates the ball. There's a great ball in behind for Joshua Cruz. He gets it past the keeper, but it's just wide of the post. That is most certainly the biggest chance we've seen from Goshen in this second half of action. And it is going to be a goal kick for Tulip City, but what an opportunity that was. And Hutt being hurried on as he tries to, well, he takes his time to get the ball. You know, he's probably in no rush to get the ball live. Goal kick. Well up the pitch. Cleared away. And this is where, again, we look back that, you know, what you'd like to see, and maybe this is a bit idealistic, but, you know, you win the ball back and maybe you do something like that. That's a great pass there from Goshen City FC. But again, Tulip City, they just get to the ball first. Dylan Shaban there, who wins the ball back. Free kick for Tulip City. And actually looks like in doing that, he's limping just a little bit here, so not too much, nothing too crazy. He's still on his feet, he's still moving around, but notably in a bit of pain. Substitution here. Leaving the pitch will be Jackus. Jackus, who had a few opportunities really throughout the match, first half and second, will make his final contributions. And in place of him, it's going to be number 13, Josh Weigel. Here come Goshen. Josh Cruz. He's got his one-on-one. Sends the ball in the box, but too much on it. And again, this is where I question, you know, we're sending a ball centrally, but who's there to receive it? Because you wouldn't say that. I mean, especially in this scenario, Joshua Cruz, the likely target man for something like that. So if he's the one taking it, who's it going to fall to? And maybe that is because there's a lack of options, but I'm not fully opposed to saying, hey, let's recycle. You know, maybe with the number of opportunities Goshen City have given themselves, you got to take them, I suppose, but equally having a bit of patience there to recycle and maybe look for a higher quality opportunity could be worth it. There's Stephen Bondi winning the ball back. Bondi, who I would probably look at as the star player, the standout performer for Goshen City FC today. He's done well to kind of keep up with the intensity of this match. Here with Murillo. He plays it forward for Sanchez. Sanchez, who we haven't seen much of in the second half. And again, he goes to ground, but good bit of sportsmanship helping back up Shaban. Cooper Hutt to take. And again, even just with that little hand motion that Hutt did there with motioning to his teammates that, hey, let's press to one side. That's a fantastic look forward as Murillo is here. He plays it in behind for Josh Cruz. Josh Cruz all the way in the corner. Can he get out of this situation? Tries to knock it on. Now Flavio Cruz. Julian Saldivar. You see it right there. Julian Saldivar looks up and he doesn't have the player that he needs. He wants to be there. You can see Stephen Bondi inverting into the midfield now. There's some great work coming on the far side. Amazingly, Goshen City FC still with it. It was Hayden Clark who was fighting like an absolute dog there to get past a few players, but really never had the opportunity to find a teammate or maybe create an opportunity for himself. And now 2 substitutions for Tulip City. So Tulip will use up another sub break, as leaving the pitch will be Ruben Boss, and alongside him will be Jacob Dijkstra. So 2 defensive substitutions, or excuse me, offensive substitutions, some fresh legs in that front line. And it makes sense with the way that we know that Tulip City like to press, that, yeah, actually having the fresh legs in the front line makes sense. And there, Goshen does well to find the switch. They find the correct pass, but it just needs to be a quicker ball. And going to ground there, I mean, quite honestly, Johnny Strickler, who just re-entered the match, I mean, you'd like to see more from that. I mean, a bit of contact there, but equally probably looking for a reason to go down as well. Maxime Bregan, who had been playing centrally, now seeming more like he's playing as a fullback. So you never really know where a Goshen City FC player will be, as, again, they are such a fluid team that they really just find themselves in all different areas of the pitch. And just right now, I mean, this is maybe the best example of some of this frustration, as leaving the pitch now will be Alejandro Murillo, but he's finding himself in so much space here on the near side. Murillo exiting the pitch over on the far side. Coming in now, and Ciso re-entering alongside Simenez. It looks like Gomez alongside that too. So some similar substitutions to what we saw in that first half. Leaving the pitch then will be Velasquez. Of course, Murillo. Also exiting. And so now Goshen with some fresh legs and hopefully some fresh ideas. And Ciso. Saldivar. There's the through ball. And Ciso to chase after this. He was threatening in behind, and he does threaten in behind now too, but again, offside. Javier Enciso, who isn't to be confused with Julian Enciso, who's coming off of a win last night in the World Cup for Paraguay. Long ball sent forward by Hutt. Just fractionally misread, though, by Gomez. And so opportunity opens up. And after the deflection, it's going to be a Tulip City corner. It was great work there by Fickle. Number 14 facing off against number 14. And it will be Tulip City's number 14, who probably comes off the victor of that. I mean, I suppose he doesn't get the crossing that he was hoping for, but he does get a corner. Now Fickle. That ball looping right towards the net, and not abundantly clear what the referee whistles for. Eli Simenez. And now Javier Enciso, his trailing leg takes down Ethan Dewitt. Dewitt looking over to the Goshen crowd as they were frustrated and showing a big smile. Here's Hardy to take. Hardy absolutely launching that ball long, and we'll launch it just a bit too long. Goshen goal kick. Now Goshen, what can they do? Some fresh faces on the pitch. You have Simenez and Enciso on the near side, and you'd have to say Simenez, who, you know, if you looked at him 4 years ago, not sure he played much in the back line as a defender ever, but now he's kind of added that to his game as he can play on the wing as a fullback or as a conventional winger. And so when you have him in support as a fullback, it does, of course, provide a little bit extra. And so again, a free kick for Tulip City. And Tulip City able to get their opening goal from a set piece. Can they do it again? It's just about 15 minutes to play, a little bit more than 15 minutes left to play in today's match. And so it's hard to believe that maybe the solution is more intensity from Goshen, because there has been so much intensity already in this fixture. But it does seem like that maybe is the way to do it. How do you give more when you're already giving so much in a match like this? Looks like maybe the sun, bit of an issue for this set piece, as they will be looking into it. Here comes this opportunity. There's the referee's whistle. Although no, he's motioning for the wall to back up a little bit. Here they come. This ball looping in towards the near post, headed away. by Flavio Cruz. Touchdown by Sanchez, looking towards Enciso, but kind of just clips that one poorly. And Enciso's clearance, ironically, clipped away poorly too. And then it was Simenez who I think was looking for Josh Cruz, but Josh Cruz had already made his run a moment before, so he was then offside and opted not to go for that one. Hutt kicks this one way up. Now a throw-in for Goshen City FC. Gomez. That was a very nice long throw for Cruz to get onto. Can he see the pass? It doesn't really matter when the tackle's already there, and Cruz looks like he's in some pain, hopping on his left leg. Will he play on? He's still limping a little bit. It looks like he will play on, but also notably in some pain. Set piece for Goshen. Can they utilize this? It was from a similar position on the opposite side that Tulip City got their opener. Can Goshen do the same thing? Tulip City getting every single player back for this one. Simenez and Bondi over this one, looking into the sun. Can they overcome? Can they have a moment of brilliance to get Goshen back level? Bondi. That one short towards the near post. The ball comes away and Goshen keeping a hold of it, but the tackle comes in, and now this is a very dangerous opportunity for Tulip City. Running with the ball here, it's Stickler. Stickler gets it past Gomez. Ball into the box, and eventually Ben Ken collects, and really you would say that was improperly dealt with as a yellow card coming out now. Booking here is it is a free kick for Goshen. And Ken to take. Some substitutions for Goshen City here is interestingly, it looks like a bit of miscommunication. But Ben Ken thought that that whistle was for him to take the set piece, as it was not. Stephen Bondi exiting the pitch here. And replacing him will be Pedro Dieguez. This long ball towards Dieguez, and he gets his first few touches just now. Saldivar. Credit to Bondi, who's very, very strong today. Saldivar looking for Simenez, but again, it's just the intensity, the pace, the speed that Tulip City are able to play with is just overpowering at this point. Collision here between these two players, and this time it will be Lorenko who is fouled. So Goshen free kick, really not a dangerous dangerous position for the free kick, but at least allows Goshen to commit bodies forward. This ball sent into the box towards the back post, but again, Cooper Hutt is more than ready to come out and claim that one. His ball absolutely launched up the pitch. And now into the 18-yard box. Here come Tulip City going to ground a couple of players here, and looks like some pain from Ben Kennis. He may have taken a cleat to the face there. Although that coming together will be nothing more than what it was there. I see no call coming from the ref, so he must have not seen anything in it. And now the attack coming the other way for Tulip City once again. Lorenko intercepts. Lorenko, who also has done well to deal with the pressure. And I mean, credit to Tulip City here. I mean, they are running their butts off. This is incredible. I mean, it's incredible to think that Goshen City FC is working as hard as they are, and somehow Tulip City United are still able to you know, move at the pace for which they are right now. It's quite incredible. Throw in. That one taken all the way back to Benken. Saldivar. Back to Ken. And you think about it right now. Goshen City FC, who are now into the 81st minute, to be passing the ball back to your goalkeeper is probably not a great sign for Goshen. That's a great sign with the beautiful ball in behind for Enciso, eventually rolling out of play. Goshen throw in. And maybe a long throw in coming here. I think it will be a long throw from Gomez, as also Lorenko gets up. That one sent into the 18-yard box, knocked away, and finally cleared once again. Throw in. Gomez again towards Lorenko. And out for a corner. Can Goshen make something here? Probably their most dangerous threat of the entire match coming from a corner in the first half. Their first corner of the half. What can they make happen here? Eli Simenez to take. Fantastic delivery. Simenez actually a little bit upset because will be a stoppage of play here as Lorenko is being talked to. Simenez again. That ball equally brilliant into the box. Great work to clear it away. Flavio Cruz. Great ball centrally, again cleared away. Sanchez. No opportunity to make the strike and eventually dispossessed after getting surrounded again. And this is where they're so good. The ball carrying ability from Tulip City is just phenomenal. It is truly phenomenal. Fickle. Can't make anything happen. Saldivar looking up. Who's onside? Who's offside? Doesn't really matter when you only find a white shirt. No offside flag coming up there. And now Fickle once again breaking towards the end line. Saldivar prevents that one from going out for a corner, as it's Eli Simenez here. Flavio Cruz back to Simenez. Gomez. On the near side, Maxime Brignon. Saldivar to Simenez. About 5 minutes, a little more than 5 minutes left to go, and Simenez actually does well to draw the foul here as it's a free kick for Goshen. Simenez standing over this one. Here comes the set piece towards the back post. Plenty of air time. Will it stay in play before going out? It doesn't, but Goshen if they're smart, they're going to kind of go. See, this is what I don't love from Goshen here is take this opportunity to not allow any breathing room from Tulip City. Go up there. When they take this throw in, make sure that every single player is man marked. And I guess ironically it does help when Tulip City then opt to just throw it into Goshen. That's great play. That is fantastic. Joshua Cruz in the box. He takes the strike and no good. Out for the goal kick and found himself in a great position, but I think it needed to be maybe a first-time shot. You would say maybe, again, the pace of the ball towards him could have been a bit quicker, but I mean, that's when you look back on it full time and say, could we have done better there? Goal kick cleared out for the throw. That one low. Out for throwing again, Saldivar. Saldivar again. And that's just an example of maybe how things haven't gone Goshen's way as well with these deflections. Bouncing between the legs of about 3 players there and popping out nicely for Tulip City. And they have no interest in really rushing for the throw-ins now, again, with 5 minutes to play with the 1-0 lead. I mean, you wouldn't necessarily assume they would anyways, but certainly in this scenario, you take your time with a throw-in. No need for the urgency from Tulip City. Throw-in now for Goshen as that one goes off the foot of Strickler. And again, Goshen looking so far forward, they don't see the space that they have on the far side. It seems if Goshen just throws it in, look at Joshua Cruz, look at Eli Simonez, the space that they're in right now. Eli has acres. I mean, it's as simple as a quick throw-in right now to Flavio Cruz. And if he sees where Eli Simonez is, I can't be convinced that he couldn't play a half-decent ball up the pitch towards Simonez. And now there's some frustrations here as it looks like Tulip City are making a substitution. And see here, Goshen gets to the other side of the pitch, but you don't really make use of the space that you create. Eli Simonez, his ball into the middle towards the back post and just a bit too much on it. Can see Simonez a bit frustrated with himself. And now the substitution does come through as entering the match will be number 15, Dean Barrett. Julian Saldivar. Flavio Cruz. Gomez. Great ball into the middle. That's Joshua Cruz who touches it down. Does get pushed away from him there, and that is quite the aggressive tackle coming in from the substitute Dieguez, who really just clips Klein there. He does get a yellow card. Because of that, and I think he won't even contest that one, really. And Hutt taking the free kick early here, and I think Goshen CDFC players originally upset because they're saying, wait a minute, he's playing the ball so that they have to go back because he does it too early, but center ref mentions that, oh, no, don't worry. We're keeping track of all the time that's being used up here. Now, here comes the long ball forward, headed back Goshen's way. Dieguez gets a few touches on it. Simonez cuts that one out. Back to Dieguez here. Simenez. Good turn, but where's the support? He has absolutely no support there, and referee again motions back up on your feet. Ben Ken. Goshen really need the intensity, and I just think the passing options aren't there for Goshen City FC. I mean, you should always have somebody that you can look to. There's a great ball forward. Oh my goodness, that is so good, but not quite good enough as it does go out of play. I mean, the technique is beautiful, but does just drift out of play. There's the throw. Clearance away. It was a teamwork clearance almost. Gomez. Back for Ken. His long ball up, and again fighting against the wind. He struggles to really knock it on too much. Interesting to see Lorenko almost playing as a striker here. Still really good work from Tulip City. Their back line is, I mean, how many times have Goshen found themselves offside because of some good work from Tulip City. Flavio Cruz up for Eli Simenez. Dispossessed and throwing for Tulip City. 90 minutes have been played now. We're waiting to see how much more will be added on. A bit unclear. Probably imagine a few minutes here, but foul favor of Goshen. They get this free kick, and really this, well, I was going to say needs to be important. I thought they were going to go for the long ball, but they won't do that. They go short. They go quick. Great pass forward there. The strike coming in, not enough. Clearance away. Out of play for the throw-in now. Gomez to take. Will he go for the long throw? It looks like he does want to. Can Goshen get a knock on? Can they make something happen here? Headed away. And back to Ken. I mean, it's not the end of the world, but you got to play it forward. I mean, look at the clock. Ball towards the back post. Simenez chasing after. Clearance comes in from Hutt. Corner kick. This could be something for Goshen. This is about as good as it gets. They really are committing numbers forward. Even Ben Ken goes into the box here. What a moment that would be. Can Ben Ken, Goshen City FC goalkeeper, make something happen? Ball towards the near post. Headed away now, and this is where Goshen needs to be careful. Important header, but clearance away, and it's getting a little bit heated here between the two teams. As a yellow card comes out for both teams, will be Ethan Dewitt alongside so too Goshen's number 10, Maxime Brejon. Now, the promising news for Goshen is they actually will get another set piece here, but awkwardly it's right in the middle of the pitch, and so you can see Saldivar looking. I mean, will he shoot? I would be surprised if he shot here, but maybe it's almost even just worth put it on target, test the keeper, maybe you get a rebound. That's the question, because a ball into the box that you're going to head on here will be very difficult to find. He will go for the pass. That one is great into a incredible area there for Diegues, and I'm not sure that Goshen will have time to replicate an opportunity like that. Hutt with the clearance. Headed back from Gomez. Throw-in for Tulip as the center referee does look down at his watch and doesn't see anything. Apologies for some technical difficulties here. We'll try and keep you in the loop. It's a throw-in for Goshen City. That one long and up the pitch. knocked on as Goshen commit bodies forward, and a bit of a physical collision there by both Goshen and Tulip City. And now a throw in for Goshen City. It's Gomez towards Lorenko. He knocks it on and out of play for a goal kick. That will be full time. Goshen City FC 0, Tulip City United 1. An incredibly frustrating loss for Goshen City FC, as Tulip City will get the 3 points, improving their record to 3-1-1 on the season. Goshen City FC dropping then to 4-2-0 on the season, and that is a heartbreaker for Goshen City FC. Not really making the Tulip City defenders really pay for opportunities that they were given. And that's going to do it for today's broadcast. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you have not already, make sure to subscribe to the Goshen City FC YouTube page, as we are pushing up in that subscriber count, and you don't want to miss the next Goshen City FC match. Of course, until next time, thank you so much from everyone here at Goshen City FC, and we will see you at our next home match.